Get ready. It's time. Christina, Catherine, Lisa, Amy, Lauren, and Danny. Welcome to the Cimorelli podcast.
Hey, what's up?
Welcome back to the
Cimorelli podcast.
That's weird.
I just want to say that one of our wonderful camera people, he's holding like this camera that like does this. So when he moved back just now, it looked like he was doing like a dance.
Wow, that's cool. Glad
DJ Snake Hip. DJ
So-
Snake Hips over there. Get it?
Oh my
All right,
gosh.
we are on episode 12.
Episode 35.
Wrong.
Oh god.
A song. Okay, this is a song.
Get over it.
This is a song written by a bald lady with a little bit of
Her
hair.
name is Ellen DeGeneres.
Stop
Okay,
it.
it's not Ellen DeGeneres. It's someone. Never
Jamie
mind.
Lee
Okay,
Curtis.
it's
Love
not
to
Ellen
co-write with her.
DeGeneres.
If she wants to write with us, hit us up.
She is free to do so. This theme of this episode, Wrong, is trying really hard to be what people want you to be and never actually accomplishing
Look,
it.
I don't think I need to be a part of this episode, okay? I've never done that.
That's really sad.
Wow.
This is a very serious, actually serious podcast.
I don't really want to be here for listening to the song because I physically can't listen to it without
Oh, tell
crying,
them what you
so.
do when you listen to it. Or when you listen to it.
Oh yeah, sometimes
time of day.
actually most of the time, like 8 out of 10 times when I listen to the song, it's at the end of the day, and I usually wear hair extensions, and so it's when I'm getting unready and I listen to the song like it's been a long day of trying to be perfect and look perfect all the time and make boys like me who don't like me or whatever, make them care about me when they don't care about me. That's more of the better one. And I'll literally be listening to this and crying my eyes out, and then I'll take off my makeup and take out my extensions while it's playing, and I'm listening and I'm like, I'm just tired of always being wrong. And I'm taking out my hair.
Wow.
It's a moment. It really is.
So, in case you have no idea what we're talking about, Wrong is track 12 on our album Sad Girls Club.
It's
Sad
my
Girls.
song. Yeah.
And this is the hoodie that accompanies the album.
Hey, Danny, where can you buy
Sad
that
Girls Club.
hoodie?
Oh, and
So-
you can get the hoodie
Oh, yeah, you can get this hoodie.
on cimorellimusic.com/store. Hit it up.
Yeah. So we're going to hear a little snippet of this song. So hit it, Jeff.
I'm just trying to be something that makes you happy. I'm just trying to be something you want. I just want to feel your eyes looking at me. I'm just tired of always being
Thank you. Dude, Danny. I should have had a guest vocal on that
I don't know why we're laughing after
my
such a
gosh.
tender, heartfelt song was
Trying
played.
to sing.
But we're going to hear some
Don't make
highs
fun of me.
and lows from these
highs and lows.
lovely young men
one. All right,
around
I'll
me.
go first. I don't want to forget mine.
Okay. No one
Because I
cares
didn't
to
write it
man
down
now.
this time.
Go.
All right, so.
That's everything she doesn't write down.
My name. I can't remember. I didn't write it down. Okay, so. Wasn't that funny, guys? Come on. She writes her name down every day. So, the first high. You know, the H to the I to the G to the H. My high was when Amy stopped laughing.
Okay, get on with it.
My high was that I had the perfect day.
gosh.
I really did.
Who are you, Hogan?
The other day, I went to the post office. I received a package that I had been waiting for. And then, no, that was only part of it. I went on a hike with my friend. Did something else that's escaping me.
Oh, I know what you did. You went to coffee with your other friend.
Oh yeah, I went to coffee with my other friend.
And then you went to a dinner at night with all of your favorite people.
Yeah, I had a
Wow.
perfect day. It was so
Okay.
great.
What was your low?
My low was that yesterday. So I have these goals I set for myself to achieve personal growth, and I didn't do any of my to-do list yesterday, so I felt really bad about myself because I had a 2-day streak going. And then on the third day, it all went to crap.
I'm sorry.
It all went to cap. So yeah, that's
That's cool.
Cool. Next.
I'll go next. My high was the car ride over here because Amy and I had a great time. I never hang out with Amy, and I don't know why, because Amy and I get along great, and she's a ray of sunshine. But also, she's really weird and salty and strange, and you don't expect it. So yeah, it's fun.
She's gonna cry.
She's fun to hang out with. We went to Chick-fil-A.
My hair's gonna cry.
It was great. And then my low was...
Oh my gosh.
I didn't think of a low. I'm gonna skip this one. I don't really have a low
Wow.
this week.
That's good.
Honestly,
You're
it's
on
just
a
been.
high.
It's no, I'm not on a high. I'm
Usually
just,
Danny's like, my life is a low.
which is I guess
I don't have
good
a
that
high.
right now.
It's good.
Well, my life is a low when I choose to acknowledge my life, and then my life is right now when I don't acknowledge anything and just pretend everything's fine.
Oh,
That's great. I made up a song.
Oh wow, that's really
interesting.
So yeah, everything is just boop.
flatlining.
I'll go. My low was last night we filmed a music video and I got really cold outside and I woke up with a cold. And then my high was I just got an email that my new jeans are coming in the mail. So it's a pretty dinky high. It's a pretty lame, but it's a high.
Anybody else exist? Christina,
Okay,
you're
I'll
looking
go.
into the abyss.
I'm thinking.
Okay, my high was my friend got her wisdom teeth out. So I went to that's not her high. Oh, my high. But she got that out, so I went to visit her and we had a nice talk, you know. You know when like you're friends with someone
Wait,
you're
but was
like
she like
friends?
loopy?
No, not really. When you're like friends and then you finally have like a real talk
Yes.
and it's like, ooh, you like break the
cross them.
barriers or whatever. So we did that and it was good. And her mom gave me a gift of aloe infused socks and a Christmas notepad and a piece of chocolate just for coming and visiting her. I was like,
Her mom
Oh
is an
my
angel.
gosh.
angel.
Wait,
So
that's
that
so
was fun.
cute. I love
And then my low was I haven't really been able to sleep that well because
Night
I
terrors.
can't stop thinking. Not bad thinking, but just like I can't fall asleep until like at least midnight, which is not for me. I'm supposed to go to bed like 10, 11, so it's not fun.
Rough.
Guys,
Don't
most
like
of this month I wake up in the middle of the night, short thing, and I notice that I'm in the middle of a full-on dialogue with myself.
Oh my
you know, like I
gosh.
like was half asleep and I wake up and I'm like, yeah, but blah blah blah, and my brain, I'm like, shut up! It's 3 in the morning. This is
Yeah,
a
that's
stupid
me.
conversation, and it's like, brrrr.
That's
so
wild.
fun times. Christina,
Christina?
you've had a little bit of time.
You
think?
didn't go yet.
Yes, she did.
remember either.
Holy cow!
Okay, fine, I'll go.
Just make it up.
Oh,
Went
go.
to the Himalayas.
Okay, my,
Don't say lying.
okay, my high was that I ordered this book and it came in the mail.
Everyone's
all
just getting
are ordering-
packages.
So
it's
pretty
fun.
cool that we live in this time of
Packages.
technology.
Email turned real mail.
Whatever. And then my low was that
Come
You died?
on.
You went to sea level? I'm just
You
kidding.
peed on the
yeah,
Danny,
just
stop.
like
that never happened.
Danny.
My,
We gotta stop talking about
You want a
PE
pee
word.
related low?
Oh no.
Sure. What is it?
No,
What?
it's not related.
What
I
is
ran
it?
out of toilet paper in my bathroom.
Okay.
So that's it. I had to steal one from the
From
guest
me?
bathroom.
Wow,
That's my low.
pretty low.
It's crazy.
Okay.
She asked for it.
No, she really didn't
Okay.
go. I thought she did.
From short circuiting.
Oh,
Short circuit.
You said you're having a rough day.
Come on,
This
you
seems
went
to be
to
your
the
low.
Himalayas.
This is not like okay. Yeah, I went to the Himalayas. That was high.
Get it? The high.
You should just go
my
with that.
gosh.
Seriously.
No, Danny and I on the car, it was really funny because I went on Snapchat and I started like trolling a bunch of people
On
on
our
our band Snapchat.
So it was R.
It was so funny.
It's Cimorelli.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
And
say
then
random
the low is that I don't know, I have a headache.
That's pretty low.
That's
You
your
have a
low.
headache.
You have a headache.
headache.
There you go.
Yeah, my brain is not
Okay.
functioning. I think I have like a sinus headache.
Someone poured some water on her wires.
Yes, I feel like that.
Glitching.
Okay, so
no, I
Kath,
am
Kath has a spicy fan question, and this is from the people who tweeted us with the hashtag.
Cimorelli podcast. No, that you can't tell what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Cimorelli podcast.
That was almost like Pam a little.
Cimorelli podcast.
Okay,
Cast.
so I would say if this spicy fan question was a spice, I would give it an oregano vibe. Okay, so
You would give
here's the question. How do you have constructive discussions with your parents when they always misunderstand what you're saying?
Don't know.
Okay, wait. I was thinking about this today.
I've never had this happen.
Sometimes you're thinking like, okay, I'm gonna tell this person this, and I really want this to happen, right? And it's like, okay, I'm gonna say this in hopes of getting this reaction. But sometimes you just need to say your piece so that you are speaking your truth and doing your part, and you can't control what the other
someone's
person's
gonna
gonna do,
react.
and you really shouldn't be trying to control. I feel like that's almost manipulative to just be like, I'm gonna share this, but only because I want them to share this. Like, it's natural to do that, but just try to think about on your end, like, what do you need to do to live your truth and share yourself, regardless of how people react to it. That's just a thought that I had.
I don't know that much about having honest discussions with your parents because honestly, I never do that. But
Hello,
when it
Mom.
comes,
We know you are watching.
hi mom. When it comes to getting across that someone's misunderstanding you, anyone really, just say your thoughts. Sometimes it sounds really hard, but it's only hard because you're taking into account like your fears or misconceptions or like insecurities or whatever. So you're like, oh, I'm thinking, like, you always have a very clear thought, like, I'm just trying to say, like, a weird example, just trying to say I don't like chocolate chip cookies. But you're thinking, oh crap, they like chocolate chip cookies, so I don't want to say I don't like chocolate chip cookies because then I'll offend them. Or like, I don't want to say this because this will happen. Like, you have this clear thought, but sometimes you don't really want to say it because you're taking into account all these other things. So stop doing that and just think, okay, I'm trying to think about myself right now. The reason I'm having this conversation is that so we can understand each other better. And the only way you can understand a person better is by having honest, blunt,
Clear.
real, clear conversations.
Wait, what was the original question?
It's how do you...
Have honest conversation with your parents when they keep misunderstanding what you say.
Yeah.
Communication.
I think a big thing is like think about how you're phrasing things as well. Like, don't come across like from the get-go like really attacking or like really like
Victimizing
offensive
yourself.
or like victimizing yourself. Like, just say it in a very in the most like
Neutral.
clear and diplomatic way
Yeah.
that you can, so that you don't put them on the defensive, because then you're not going to have a productive conversation.
Yeah, and I would say also, like, your parent is just a human being. Like, they're not going to be perfect. Sometimes parents can be critical. Sometimes they can be, like, over the top. They're just humans. And I think once you stop expecting them to be perfect, I mean, that usually doesn't happen until you get to be, like, an adult. So maybe that's more of an adult perspective. But just kind of, cut them some slack. Give them some grace. They're doing the best they can. If you try to be respectful and you just try to, even if they're not being respectful to you, be as respectful as you can and just try to give them some grace, because they're doing their best. They probably have good intentions for you and love you and want the best
Most
for you,
likely.
even though sometimes you feel like they're ruining my life. But they, at their core, they generally love you and want what's best for you.
Also, just a quick thing to throw in there. No offense, any parents watching, Mom. But no, it's I'm not directing this at Mom. I'm just saying I know Mom's watching and she is a parent. I'm just saying that I don't know what you mean by misunderstanding you, but if your parent is like constantly like making you feel bad about yourself or like saying rude stuff to you or like not respecting you or whatever, like you don't have to accept it or think it's true or be nice or not say what you're thinking just because they're your parent. Like, I'm just saying, like, yes, you should always respect people, obviously, because you can't expect someone to respect you if you don't respect them. But you don't have to be like, oh, it's my mom. Like, I can't say anything. I can't stand up for myself because it's my mom. Like, I have to listen to everything she says. You don't. You're your own person. You can stand up for yourself regardless of who it is. Just think of it like it's
you're saying
anyone
like in a
else.
situation where your parent is being like
Disrespectful,
disrespectful
like,
to you.
crossing
then
the
in that
line.
case, if they cross a line, you should stand up for
No, you should
yourself.
always stand up for yourself. Like,
Because that's the right thing to do in any disrespectful situation.
Yeah.
Stand up for
Okay.
yourself.
yeah.
I have two things. I think you need to like dial the emotion down, or like just dial the conversation down to like a conversation instead of like a shouting match, and try to understand where they're coming from, because if you don't understand where they're coming from, it's gonna be really hard to get your point across. That's because I mean, like, for instance, this doesn't really happen to me that much, but there's a few times where I actually was trying to have a conversations station with my parents. But one time I was like talking to my dad while I was yelling at him, and he was yelling at me, and he was like, "Get down here!" Because I was in my bed in my truck washing my truck, and I was like, "No, I won't!" And I was just yelling the whole time. And finally, I was like, I was doing this because I was trying to protect this person, and he was like, "Well, I wasn't even going to do the thing you thought I was going to do. I was just going to do this, and this is the reason why." And then I was like, "Oh, okay. Sorry, I was wrong. I get what you're saying." Because I had something in mind. All I wanted in my mind was to protect a certain person from a certain thing. And you have to know, like, what is your goal of this conversation? If you don't have a goal of it, then it's kind of hard to figure that out. And then you can figure out, how am I going to get them to see what I'm talking about, and how am I going to see what they're talking about? So kind of that stuff.
It's hard to get your point across when you're like screaming or when you're like having all this like weird passive aggressive stuff. Like, well.
All right, we're going to go to Lauren's take.
Yes.
Woo!
A great take.
She's a little more quiet. She's a little...
But she's still a riot.
Well, Curly.
Oh, that's a good one! That's a good one!
You said she's a little, I was about to say bewildered, because you're like, she's a little more quiet. She's like,
Okay, that's
deer
good.
in the headlights.
She's a little more quiet, but she's still a riot.
All
Yes.
Gets that tattooed on
So-
your wrist.
Question number 1. Which one of your sister's personality is the most similar, and which is the most different from yours?
What? That's tricky.
The most similar,
Personality.
I would say, is Christina, but
Which
she's
is
very
weird.
different from me
Yeah.
too.
But that makes sense.
It's weird. Half of us is like really similar, and then the other half of
Is
both of
like
us is like
the
opposite.
frick?
So,
We're half twins and half...
but Lisa and I are very different too. Lisa and I are probably the most different,
Which is interesting because
actually.
people are always like, you guys are twins.
Yeah,
But like when it comes down to their like thought processes, like
and
you
like
guys
the
are,
way that she thinks and the things that she thinks about versus like
That's
it's
bizarre.
very different.
Wow.
Yeah.
All
That's what I
right.
would say.
What is one thing that people think about you that is not true at all?
Okay. I think a lot of people think that I hate them when I meet them because I don't really say anything, and I don't like engage in like, so who are you? Like, I'm not allowed to say that.
Explain
Like,
yourself.
That's how I meet people.
I do that a lot.
So, who are you?
I've said that so many times.
I actually do say that. I say,
I
which
don't
one?
do that. I'm just like, hi, I'm Lauren. And if you want to say something, you can, but I'm not going to like go into something. And especially if I'm with all my sisters, then like they're just going to talk and I'm just going to like hang back. And if I'm not a part of it, I'm probably just going to walk away, honestly. But it's not that I hate them. So a lot of people told me like, oh yeah, I thought you hated me at first. I was like, I never did. So yeah.
All right. How do you know that a friend is your best friend?
Well, it takes a long time for me personally to consider someone my best friend.
a long time,
So-
like 30 years.
Yeah. So when they're my best friend, I would say is when like we hang out multiple times in 1 week, and it's
Just
like
1 week?
whatever each week. Okay.
On a regular basis.
And we like I share like every piece of news I guess that I have with them. Then they're my best friend. But no, because that might start out like that, but they're still not my best friend after like months of that.
Gotta prolong.
And like I can trust them, and it's like comfortable, and yeah, then they're my best friend.
Good one. All right. How do you deal with stress?
When am I stressed? I don't
When you lose your
really
shoe,
know,
it's time
'cause
to
it's
leave.
like
really get stressed that much.
I feel like
She's 5.
I just deal with, okay, how do I deal with stress? I don't really have like a one-step routine.
One step.
A 4-point plan like me.
Yeah, 4-point plan. I just deal with the situation at hand. I'm stressed about
best
this.
thing to do.
Do the thing.
Do the thing.
So I deal with it. I
wisdom.
don't like go into my stress and be like, I'm stressed. I'm just like, okay, well, what am
That
I
is
stressed
the
about? This, gotta do it.
Opposite of me.
I don't really deal with stress. I deal with the situation I'm stressed about.
Wow.
Very
I guess.
interesting.
Kicking it to the car. All right.
I should
What's
do
your
that.
hair routine?
Nothing.
I wash it every 2 or 3 days, honestly.
I wash mine like once a
Well, I
month
feel like
anyway.
everyone's like, I shower every single day and every night. I'm like, okay, sorry. I use Not Your Mother's sea salt spray
Ooh.
as dry shampoo. I only put it in my roots because it's really drying. And that is all.
How do you get your hair to look like that though? What do you do?
It
You
just is.
Okay, I wash it.
They want the
with-
real tips.
That stuff you gave me for my birthday.
Joyco.
Joyco shampoo
Joico.
and conditioner, like pH balance.
The
I
blue
use
one.
that, and then I put in sea salt spray. That's all I do. And
Her
then it's
hair
just
is
my
naturally
natural.
curly.
Well, also I curled some of it yesterday, but this is still usually how it looks. So
Get it.
I was just
All right,
blessed.
we got the last one. And this one's this is a Kath themed question.
What?
Okay, when have you felt pure happiness?
Okay. I felt it. Okay. I feel like every time I have like a really honest and like open on both sides talk with someone, like about both of our lives, and where like I share something that was hard to share and like vulnerable, and they accept it, and then they do the same thing, then I feel like that's when like I'm like filled up, and then it's like, because that happened to me. This doesn't happen that often, unfortunately, where it's like that really like deep, like I just shared all this stuff and they share all this stuff, and that happened like a month ago or something, and I was just like, I felt so like free and like fulfilled in that after that. But that's something I've been trying to do more lately. Also, I was like have more talks like that, which I have been doing. So
Good job.
yeah, I guess that.
Awesome.
All right, that's it.
That was
all we
Lauren's
got today.
take.
That was a variety, right? Didn't I do a good job?
Okay, we're gonna go from the woman with few words to the lady
With too
who
many.
never
The lady
closes
with
her
the never
mouth.
shuts up. I'm sleeping. So anyway, actually, I do sleep talk.
Lisa does.
No, Danny.
Lisa sleeps like this.
Oh, I thought you were saying I sleep talk.
No, I
do
sleep talk.
sometimes, but rarely.
I'm just, for all the people watching on YouTube or whatever, I'm about to look really weird because I'm cold, so I'm using an old sweatshirt as a blanket.
All right. So what's my segment called?
Sappy Thoughts with Kat.
Yeah.
And what topic do you have for us this time?
All right. This day, I have. Hey, readers. If you can't see me,
Ear readers.
I'm gonna try to. I'm trying to think of the audio people right now. I'm gonna try to describe these in great detail, so you won't even need a facial expression. All right. So today's segment is how to give the perfect gift. All right. The number one rule of gift giving. Oh man, I wish I could just stamp this on everyone's forehead. All right. Do not give someone a gift that you would like. Okay, please. It's about them, not you. So number one is pick out a gift your friend or whoever relative would like, not you, not your style, their style. So to figure that out, you have to take a look around. Are any of their clothes paisley print? No. Then why would you give them a paisley shirt? You know, that kind of a thing. Unless you maybe have a gift for anticipating something someone would like that's very different than what they have. All right. Number two is you need to do a little bit of stalking. So
It's called recon.
this is what I do for my friends. A few months before their birthday or Christmas, whatever, I take an extra look. You know, open up my ears, listen around. What could they need in life? Oh man, I'm really running low on chapstick. Ding ding ding. I will get you some
Amazing
chapstick.
gift.
Or something even more like one of my friends was like, her car key thing broke, and so I got her this really cute like keychain that she had for like a year. So you know, gotta listen closely to what they might want. All right, next, you gotta spend your time doing research to find the best possible version of what you're getting. You know, you could just run out last minute and grab a journal, or you could be like, what's like a cool, you know, interesting, unique, custom journal, you know, something cool. Give it some spice. Give it some finesse.
I'm just going to add something, even though this is Catherine's thing. Personalizing something, you know, DIYing, that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It really brings it close to your heart, and people tell you really put some effort into
Let's
it.
add that. DIY gifts. See, I'm an on-the-fly kind of girl. DIY gifts are a blessing. My actual favorite gift of all time was a box that my friend like stained for me with her dad, who was like a wood making person. And so she like stained this huge box. And
He's God. He makes wood.
He's a woodpecker?
wood comes from trees, Lisa. Trees make wood, okay?
No, trees just are.
God
wood.
makes
So
trees.
anyways,
Trees just are
DIY is
wood.
extra credit. That is great. All right, next one, presentation. All about the presentation. If you got a great gift and you wrap it up in a trash bag,
Excuse me, it's still a great gift.
whoa. But
Maybe
I'm not
only
talking
saying that
about.
because she does know how to wrap presents.
Guys, I'm not saying
We hit a soft spot.
I'm not saying how to get by with a gift. I'm saying how to go to the next level. Okay.
Whoa.
So you gotta get that good presentation.
Why are we in an elevator?
Okay. Anyway.
Stop trying to deflect from the truth. Okay, anyways, 1 year, not to toot my own horn, but I mean, no, you know what? This is not tooting my own horn, because usually my presentation is just kind of, it's good, but it's not really stepping up to the next level. 1 year, though, I was going for it. I don't know what got into me that year. I just had a twinkle in my eye. But I decided to get a roll of brown craft paper.
I remember this.
And I wrapped all the presents in brown craft paper, and I got these glitter bows and glitter ribbons, and then I stamped everyone's name with like
Oh yeah, that was so
a
cute.
black stamp. So it was like
me this
black
year.
That was
craft
intense.
paper and glitter. Maybe I'll do that
It
again
was
this
so
year.
cute.
Who is she?
You know. All right. The last
Lindsay.
piece to the puzzle, the cherry on top, especially for people like me with a love language of words of affirmation. Gotta wrap that thing up with a card. You're gonna need a great card. Spend your time. Pick out the one that just matches the vibe. TM.
Or make one.
Oh, I should do a segment on cards because I could talk
Yes.
for
Oh my
hours on reading
gosh.
cards. All right,
Yes.
stay tuned. But yeah, so just write them a nice card expressing your heartfelt feelings. And that's really going to be the last thing that's going to take that gift to the next level. So there you go, guys. How to give a great gift. Hope you're inspired. If you want to practice on someone, send me a gift. No.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, there we go.
Wow, amazing.
Excellent. Lisa.
Oh,
We gotta
I forgot.
hear the story of Wrong.
Oh, this is my song. I don't know
Wrong
why.
is a song.
What if I told this whole extremely serious story with an Irish accent?
Please don't.
Don't do that.
Please don't.
I won't. I don't have it practiced well enough. I'm not comfortable
Okay.
speaking with an Irish accent. Okay. I have to start with a classic. So, this is my song Wrong off of our album Sad Girls Club, my solo song. I wrote this on Christmas Eve last year. Very depressing.
Christmas Eve is not depressing.
No, the fact that I wrote this song on Christmas
okay,
Eve is
okay.
very depressing. I had been like working a lot. I feel like last year we kind of worked like later, right? We stopped working like closer to Christmas than we usually do. So I just felt really like out of touch. I don't know why I'm crouching like this. You just ignore it. I was really out of touch, and I was going on a walk through my neighborhood, and I was just like, I need to. Like, I don't like feeling this way. I literally have not cared about Christmas at all this year. I have no spirit. I barely bought anyone a present. Like, I did, but I had to really push myself, which is weird.
Should have had my tips.
I know, I needed her tips. So I was like, I gotta figure this out. So I was on my walk, and I was just, like, working through everything, and I was like, oh, gosh. I kind of, like, realized what was going on inside of me. Like, I've been trying so hard to, like, be lovable, whatever that means, like whatever I thought it meant. I was trying to like look perfect all the time and be interesting and not be too desperate, but be available and go out and see people, and I don't know. I was just trying to do all these things, and I felt so empty. I was just thinking about how all of my efforts to like fill myself up and like stuff myself did not work at all. And like yeah, I was really trying to like get attention from like guys and stuff, and it was not working. So I was just like really lonely. And then in my neighborhood, it's Christmas Eve morning, so like no one's really out at all. It's very empty and silent. And then this song just came right out of me, and I was like, oh, great, this is awesome. I was definitely crying when I wrote it. And it's kind of cool because I did it as a piano demo, and it ended up like kind of the same way. But that's how I heard it in my head. But yeah, the song is just about putting in a lot of effort, and like, it's not bad to put in effort, but you're putting effort into the wrong things. And then you wonder why none of it's working out, and you wonder why you're not getting where you want to go, but it's just because you're going the wrong way. The wrong way. But yeah, it's just very vulnerable about realizing that you're desperate and sad and empty. And it's called Wrong.
Oh.
That was sad.
Good story.
What? No slow clap?
No.
So that's the story of wrong. If you want to take a listen, make sure you have
okay, if I were to put the
tissues.
genre on this song, I would have entered it as like horrifyingly personal. Every time I play it for people, I'm so used to hearing it. Like I'm just like, oh, cool. And then like the words start playing. I'm like, yeah, it's my song. And then I imagine it from their point of view, and I'm
You're like,
like,
oh, crap.
and they're like, wow, this is what she's thinking. And then I realize how that looks, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, that's my song. And I literally have to just go and go on my phone and just like not look at them. Like, and then it's over. I'm like, so turn right here.
Turn wrong.
This quite a
wrong.
vulnerable song.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right, that was a good one. So, question of the day with me. Is that what we're doing? Yeah.
All right. I
just
almost
give me an
skipped it and thought it was Jason notes to self. Okay, this is question of the day. Now that I just feel like we need to take a moment and like a breath. Like,
Yeah.
all right, we're gonna take
Also,
a turn
I feel like
now.
I looked crazy that whole time because my contacts are really dry. So it's kind of like,
I think because you were squatting.
yeah, I'm squatting and blinking a lot.
All right,
So you are a squatter.
let's go a little more hopeful with this question of the day with Kath.
All right. Oh. Wow, I feel like I really get to have a word in this podcast.
Yeah, you didn't talk that much.
So, here's the question. Oh, by the way, still not bullying. I don't feel bullied, just so you know. Okay. And to add to the joy that we all feel, what is your favorite personality feature in yourself? And I'd like to preface this by saying, when I suggest this question, Christina said, oh, you ask us this like every day.
Well, I thought you said just feature before. You didn't say personality.
She did.
Personality.
edited it.
What is your favorite personality feature?
Personality trait.
Of yourself.
Feature of your personality.
Oh,
trait.
come on. You know what I mean.
You know what that means.
It's like,
I have a quick question. What defines your personality?
What?
not your
what is that?
body.
No, but I'm saying like
Something that's not physical about you,
that's
basically.
just anything not physical.
yeah.
What does define your personality?
And
That's,
that's not-
actually a
Oh,
great
wait.
question.
If you say my favorite personality trait is I'm good at swimming,
Yeah,
that's
not
not a
that
personality
Nah,
trait.
son. Nah.
Okay.
That is physical.
Not
Don't
like
swim.
your talents.
Swim.
Or
Wait,
like,
I'm gonna look this up right
Okay,
now.
what
Yeah,
I never
we need
thought
to do
about
a
that
quick
before.
definition.
I want to know real quick.
no, it doesn't matter what the definition is. I'm just saying, it's not about like your skills or your talents or
your
your
looks.
The
features,
combination
like physical features.
of characteristics or qualities that form an individual's distinctive character.
Okay, got it.
All right.
All right, I will start with mine. I
So
love
it's
bragging.
characteristics or qualities.
I'm really excited
It's
about this
not a
one.
brag.
No, I'm not being
You
sarcastic.
can talk about yourself in
I'm
a
being
positive way.
100%
It's not a brag.
serious.
Okay.
I love bragging. I'm a very narcissistic person. So
No, you're not.
You're not.
Okay, anyway,
I love myself.
you can love yourself and not be a narcissist. New Year's.
My favorite thing about my non-physical, non-talent self is the fact that I care a lot about other people, and I.
See, that's not a narcissist. They don't care about other people.
Okay, yeah, I just mean I like myself a lot.
You can say your favorite trait is being a narcissist.
Okay.
That's not the point. I care a lot about other people, and I see the good in almost everyone, which sometimes backfires. And I can always just see someone's heart and their pure intentions rather than their poor actions. So sometimes it doesn't work out so well, like with men, but with everyone else, it's good. I like it.
It's good quality. Good
Not a
qual.
jaded person.
Good qual.
Oh, I guess I'll go. I feel like this is like ironic because I've been out of touch with myself this year, but in general, I feel like my ability to know myself and others, like why I'm doing what I'm doing or why they're doing what they're doing, when I use the skill, it's one of my favorite traits.
Awareness.
Yeah, awareness.
Laura?
I would say mine, well, it's kind of a blessing and a curse, though, is my chronic need to do the right thing. Always.
Oh, wow.
Always. Like, I can't lie. I can't, like,
Lead someone astray.
Embezzle.
yeah.
Can't steal,
I
you
can't
can't
do
cheat.
anything wrong, like, really wrong. I can't do it. So it's good, but then it's bad sometimes because then sometimes I'm like, I need to do the right thing, and sometimes I think that the right thing is like overextending myself for someone when I don't really need to do that. But it's still good because I'm like, I have a chronic need to do the right thing, so I'm okay.
That's cool.
All right. I would say, very similar to Danny's, Well, no, actually different. Kind of a mixture of Danny and Lisa's. I would say mine is it's like a twofold thing of being empathetic towards people, putting myself in their shoes, but that is caused because I am really good at reading people. So being able to like read between the lines just by like being around someone gives me a lot of compassion for them, you know, because I can see their goodness very easily, but I can also see where they struggle, which makes them like human. And yeah, so it's like reading people / empathy.
Nice.
You want to go?
Oh,
Yes.
yes. I have a really bad headache. Ow. I think it's probably one of two things. One, the fact that I can talk a lot to anyone, which is a very handy trait.
Yes, that's
that's
handy.
true.
I
don't
can
have it.
literally talk to anyone. I will force myself to talk to anyone. Like,
You're a good
if
conversationalist.
anybody needs to be talked to, like, I can do it.
Aw.
Not like confronted, not like
lonely.
talked to. But like if they're like, oh, this person's here, they don't know anyone, I'm like, okay, I'll go talk to them. And even if they don't say a word, I will still talk to them. And another one is the fact that I try very hard and I have my entire life to never, ever, ever do anything that would hurt another person.
So you care about others, basically.
I thought it was a bad thing, but now I'm realizing it's actually a good thing to try really hard not to hurt people. So,
Why would you think that was a bad thing?
because it's like you're trying so hard all the time, just stop.
Okay. So
Oh.
mine is that, as Amy said in the last episode that I've said about myself, I'm a very vivacious young woman.
Vibrant. Isn't vibrant the word?
No,
you
vibrant.
No,
No.
vivacious.
Vivacious
Or
works
vibrant.
too. Vivacious works.
I say a few words about myself like that. Very vibrant young woman. A very vivacious young woman. So I just like that I have
Very voracious.
I got a lot of spice. I got a zest.
You got a
for,
kick.
Zest for life.
She just has a lot of the hang loose emoji.
Got a lot of energy. I
a
just
lot of
like
energy.
having a lot of energy because everyone around me is so tired and I'm not, except for once
not
it gets
me.
Yes. Besides that, I like having a lot of energy, whether it's a rage boiling within me for good causes, sometimes not good causes, but mostly good causes, or just an excitement for life. I just love to have so much going on.
That's
Yeah,
good.
that's good.
It's a trip.
I'm gonna change mine really quick. Sorry.
Oh, God.
I'm just adding one, and it is that Christina pointed this out, and I think it's my favorite thing about myself is that I am an influential person with my like vibe. So like if I am with a bunch of friends who are like dead fishes, then if I act like energetic and like the way that I normally am, then it'll change everyone in the room, and like people will either hate it and like get away from me because I don't want to be lifted up with my natural vibe, or they will go along on the wild ride that is my life and they will be lifted up because of me. So yeah.
Woo!
Good.
Thank you for sharing, ladies.
Self-love.
So Dan,
Everyone
we
give yourself a hug.
No.
You know, a good old pat on the back. You're
all
doing a
right.
good job.
I hugged myself. So now,
Oh, that's a
Danny,
good one.
let's hear some notes.
Ooh.
Let's hear some notes to self from Danny.
Oh, Lauren's in it.
Really
in this hug to win it.
She's
She's
so
really
good.
hugging herself.
I
It's
like
kind of a
it.
stretch
Hold on.
too.
Danny.
I do this a lot, actually.
Sorry, I said hold on.
All right, Danny will share some of her notes.
All
to
right,
self.
guys. So let me just say I've said a lot of notes to self, and I'm running out. But I
make
still
some
have
new
some.
ones.
Oh, these notes to self don't just come out of thin
Okay,
air,
let the lady.
I
finish.
made it up to self. I'll give it to
no,
you later. to
you
add to
cannot
your
do
list.
that.
Oh, okay.
So,
Dang it. I had a good one.
The first one is when moving like to a different house or whatever. Only trust yourself with important boxes.
Oh, amen.
And it's a great thing.
Truth.
And again, these notes to self are stuff you wouldn't normally think of. You know? So
I
thought
would
of
think of that, but
okay, well, no, but I'm saying like you wouldn't think. What are some life tips? Let me think about moving. Like,
yeah. No, that comes naturally only to like paranoid
All right,
hermits.
these are my notes, not yours. Yeah, I'm not a paranoid hermit. I trust everyone. So I have to remind myself, look, you can't just give your valuables to the homeless man on the street. Okay? Hey, can you carry this for me? So my second one is, sorry, this is offensive, but I don't think any of us want a brand deal with this person. Or not person, this company. Don't go to IHOP. I'm sorry, don't go to IHOP. You think it's good, you look at it, you're like, oh, it looks cool, whatever. And then you go in and you get like a soggy pancake with like a whole bunch of stuff on it that you didn't want. I'm not speaking for everyone. I'm not saying everyone here is IHOP. I'm not really sure. But
feel bad.
I will tell you right now that these notes are for me, so I need to remind myself, do not go to IHOP because it's just not, it's not worth
I
it.
feel like Waffle House for
yes,
less.
if you're going to go anywhere,
Go
go
to
to
Waffle
Waffle
House.
House.
But they don't have that in California, so screw
Don't worry,
you.
I'll
Just
tell
make
you.
your own waffles.
Make your own
at home.
breakfast. Way better.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's about it.
Thank you for those notes.
Riveting.
All right. It's time for Get Real with Christina.
I just want to share for everyone who doesn't know that Christina has a nickname, which is Crisis Tina.
Because everything is a crisis
And I
at this
call
one.
her that all the time.
Wait, she saved in my phone as crisis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just crisis.
I love a good
Crises.
crisis. All right, so
Yes, me too.
the theme of today. The theme of today, wrong. I just want to talk to you about
How you're wrong.
how do I put the word wrong into this? If you're twisting yourself into this thing that you're not, you're wrong. But I mean, just don't do that, basically is what I want to say. I want to talk to you about if you're putting in effort and getting nothing back because you're trying to be something that you're not, and you're trying really hard to get people to like you or a guy to like you or things to be different by being something that you're not. I just want to sell you on the idea that you need to stop doing that and you need to figure out who you are and be yourself. Now, this is the most like cliche.
We got a frown fan of truth over there.
It's the frying pan truth. Oh no. Okay, be yourself sounds very like cliche and overused and blah blah blah.
And vague.
So when people say that, everyone's like, I don't want to be myself, or like that's dumb. In one ear, out the other. I don't want to be myself. I want to be someone more exciting than me, whatever. But I'm telling you, this is sad but true. You can't be a better version of someone else than they can. So you're going to be a second-rate version of someone else if you're always trying to be someone else.
That
You're
is
never going to
so
be
real.
the pinnacle. But if you are yourself to the fullest, you're going to be an awesome individual. Now, listen, I love Logic, okay? Not, once again, not the rapper, but I'm talking about
he's
Logic
great
in general.
too.
Who can
I have no
relate?
comment on him. Neutral. Anyway, I love being logical. And you logical people out there are going to be like, why? How do you know it's good to be me? And how do you know I'm going to be cool if I'm just being myself? There's no logic for this. I do not know why this is the way it is. But we are all unique individuals. That's a fact. That is a fact, okay? And I don't know why, but when people are 100% themselves, it's impossible to not be an incredible person. I don't know why that's true. I would say it's because God created you and he doesn't create trash humans. That's what I would say. And I would say that I tell this to myself a lot. I say that whole like quote that's like, the same God who created the galaxies and the oceans looked at you and thought, this world needs one of you too. I think that to myself all the time. Like, I'm a freaking galaxy. I'm an ocean. That's what I am. Not a piece of trash in the bottom of a trash can. So I want to remind you that you are not an old banana peel. I had a banana this morning. That's not what you are. You're a galaxy. You are an ocean.
Can we get a slow clap?
You are
Yeah.
you are an incredible being, and I don't have to know you to know that. It's just a fact. There's no logic I can give you besides what I said. I don't know why, so stop giving me, well, yourself or me if you're talking to me right now. If you do what I do and you talk to your phone when you watch videos.
I do that.
Don't give me your excuses of why you think you're not incredible. I already know you are. But if you're living in a way that's not you, it's not authentic to you, it's not genuine, you are going to feel kind of weird. And those feelings are going to be steering you in a different direction. Okay? They're telling you, they're there to tell you, this feels kind of weird. Something's a little off. It's because you're not being yourself. And I'll close this off by saying, if Lauren... just choked on myself. If Lauren went around and she tried to be like Danny, and she was like, I'm going to go around and be really energetic and yell all the time and scream, and, okay, she would not be able to do it that well. She'd probably
I'm so sad.
she'd be able to try for a while, but she wouldn't keep it up. If Danny went around, she's like, I'm going to be a quiet, mysterious girl like
Which
Lauren.
I have attempted to.
Which she's
I tried to.
Me three.
It's not going to be a happy
doesn't work.
ending. She's not going to be as good as Lauren at being that. And Lauren is not going to be as good at Danny at being that. And if they did that, they would just be feeling like, why am I not so good? And why do things feel bad? They're also going, bad bonus, also going to attract people who like that quiet thing if they're being quiet. And then when they are accidentally loud,
Yeah.
ain't going to like them.
Yeah.
So
Skirt.
Yeah, I just want to sell you on that idea that who you are is already incredible, and you should start being that instead of being someone you're not.
All right.
That was intense.
Our
Loved
friend
it.
Hudson commented a great thing on my Instagram today. He said, "You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the ocean in a drop." I was like,
Oh, I like that.
I like choked up. I was like, oh my god.
All
It's like
right.
you're a million amazing
Let's
things
close
in a
this
little
off
thing,
with
not
some-
one tiny thing in a. You know what I mean?
Let's close this off with some positivity. We got the Cimorelli challenge. All right, so
yeah.
today's challenge is to have a letting go ceremony. We want you to write down a list of all the things that you think are wrong with you. And then you are going to rip it up or burn it in a safe environment.
With the fire
after-
marshal president.
With
present.
the permission of your parents.
Permission
if
of
you're
your
a minor.
parents.
Dispose of it
contained-
safely.
Yeah, a contained fire surrounded by water. I don't know, in a bathtub.
Controlled
Anyways,
burn.
Don't light your
be
bathtub on
safe.
fire.
Just rip it up. You know, that's probably the better
Yeah.
option here.
Paper shredder.
And then
Paper shredders.
send us a pic. Or just tell us. You don't have to tell us all the things you think are wrong with you if you think that's too personal. But you could just tell us that you did it. Maybe send us an emoji if you don't
So
feel like.
how do they tell us this?
Using the hashtag.
Cimorelli podcast.
Yeah.
You got it. So do it. Be good. Be better because of it.
That's the challenge.
Love it.
All right, gonna wrap this whole episode up with Lisa's inspirational ponderings.
Okay. Today I've prepared a quick cover for you.
Oh no.
And I would like to give you this song to use. You can use this is from the movie Eat, Pray, Love. He sings this to his wife, who is trying to divorce him in a law office. He's like, he says, my client himself. He's representing himself. My client has prepared a song he'd like to share.
You're gonna
And
cover.
you can use this song if someone's trying to break up with you, if you're playing a game with someone, a board game, and they're trying to walk away and quit. If someone is firing you, you can use the song.
Oh,
so
no.
it goes like this. Quitter. So, getting fired, playing a board game, getting broken up with,
Getting divorced.
everybody. So that was called "Quitter" by What's His Face. Thank you.
Amazing.
How on earth did
Stream
you
it
think
on
of that?
I was in the bathroom and I was just going, "Oh, that's that song." I was like, I should share that. Quitter. And they're and the wife
That is
and her
unreal.
lawyer are like, "Is he serious?"
Okay, thank you.
Quitter.
Thank you for sharing
Thank
that.
you for quitting.
I have a
We
quick,
love you all.
what's that word?
Closing statement.
You know, when you have to like separate yourself from something to make sure you don't get in
Remove?
trouble by the law.
Disclaimer.
I do not affiliate.
I have a disclaimer that I don't suggest you use her song in any of those situations,
Someone's playing a board game. You think they're gonna have
except for that
Legal
one.
ramifications.
what's the word? It comes back to you.
Retribution. No. It's not retribution. It's
What's the word?
If my
Consequences.
brain was
It's like
working,
a
I
ripple.
would know the word.
All right. Well,
yeah,
I'm
we'll
gonna
make
name
it.
it later.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. That was a great song. I'm glad we got to hear a cover by Lisa Cimorelli. We were blessed.
Stream it on Spotify.
Our ears have been truly blessed. See you guys next time. Bye.
bye, readers.
Get out.
You've been listening to the Cimorelli podcast. Follow Cimorelli on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. You can also find Cimorelli on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.